Every year, a specific debate surfaces online. The claim is that Lord Ram, an enduring icon of Dharma, consumed a regular diet of meat during his 14-year exile. Critics point to specific passages in the Valmiki Ramayana, like Sita's vow to a river goddess or Ram's pursuit of forest deer, as evidence that his asceticism was a later addition to the lore. But this creates an immediate contradiction. The entirety of Ram's exile is based on his transition from a royal to a wandering sage, a path defined by a strict, unbreakable vow of asceticism. The root of this contradiction is a lexical error. Ancient Sanskrit words often have multiple meanings depending on their context. When modern readers apply a single contemporary definition to this complex vocabulary, the original meaning fractures. Relying on rapid internet translations strips away the context and ignores the internal logic that holds a 3,000-year-old epic together. To understand the dietary rules of the exile, we have to look at the commitments made before the journey even began. Ram explicitly promises his mother, Kaushalya, that he will live strictly as a sage. He commits to surviving on roots, fruits, and honey, known as khand, mool, and phal. And as this stone carving shows, Ram did not undertake this journey alone. This strict ascetic diet was a shared vow, adopted by both Sita and Lakshman the moment they entered the forest. The original text reinforces this baseline throughout. Ram reiterates his status as a fruit-eating ascetic in conversations with his friend Guha, and he mentions his diet of roots and fruits while confronting enemy demons. In the Ramayana, an oath is absolute. The cultural concept of Raghukul Reet dictates that keeping a promise is more important than life itself. Ram states that he would sooner abandon his family or his own life than break a vow he has sworn to uphold. Since an ascetic vow in this tradition cannot be bent, therefore any isolated verse suggesting Ram consumed meat points to a failure in translation rather than a break in character. The vast majority of the controversy stems from a single Sanskrit word, mons. The root word mons splits into two valid definitions. The first refers to animal flesh. The second refers to the fleshy pulp of a fruit. Commentators often ignore the fruit definition. Isolating the word to mean animal flesh guarantees clicks while ignoring the botanical context. In Chapter 52 of the Ayodhya Khand, this linguistic shift is used to claim that Sita promised jars of meat and wine to the river goddess Ganga. Looking out at the river ghats where these rituals took place, the true translation becomes clear. The word surrogat refers to rare divine offerings, whatever is in wine, and mons in this specific context refers to the sweet pulp of fruits. When we apply the authentic vocabulary, the narrative aligns. What is often framed as a sacrilegious offering is in reality a profound act of devotion using the rare fruits of the forest. This brings us to the verses that describe Ram and Lakshman hunting or slaughtering deer during their time in the woods. Here, the debate centers on the verb hathwa. Critics translate this word as slaughtered for consumption, projecting a culinary motive onto the text. In many of these specific verses, the linguistic context reveals a different action. The word describes playful interaction, patting or gently striking, referring to the brothers playing with the animals around their camp. And when real weapons are drawn, as in the famous incident of the golden deer, Ram's intent is explicitly stated. He intends to capture the deer alive as a pet for Sita. He only resolves to use lethal force because he recognizes the creature is actually a demon in disguise. Any violence depicted in the Valmiki Ramayana is strictly defensive or directed at demonic forces. It is entirely divorced from the hunting of animals for food. When we read the text with actual linguistic literacy, the perceived contradictions vanish. The Valmiki Ramayana remains internally consistent, and Lord Ram adheres to his ascetic vow. Projecting a narrow modern dictionary onto ancient verses contorts complex historical literature into ammunition for online debate. Engaging with these ancient foundational cultural texts involves carefully navigating layers of linguistic context that a simple, single-definition search cannot capture. By looking past sensationalized translations, we allow these ancient epics to remain internally consistent, preserving the logic of the original authors.